Warm welcome to everybody. Really nice to see you all here. Welcome to Center for Mindful Self-Compassion's Circles of Practice Silent Retreat as we sit together today, bidding farewell to 2022 and welcoming 2023. And as we get started, I'd like to just remind everyone that we will be in silence today. And so we'd like to ask that, everyone stay muted. We'll have a chance at the end to do some sharings out loud if you would like. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Laila Narsi. My pronouns are she, her. I'm one of the coordinators here at CMSC's Circles of Practice public offering. And I'm logging in today from Sugar Land, Texas, in the US, which is the land of the indigenous people Karankawa. But I'm originally from Karachi, Pakistan, and my parents migrated from India. I've lived there as well as raised in England and then the US. And just a little bit more about me. I speak 5 languages. The 5th one is English. And I can see from our chat box, there are people here from so many places in the world. So really a warm welcome once again to everybody. And as we're getting started on this retreat, let's take a moment now to gently land into this virtual space. So if you're not already in a comfortable position, please finding yourself a comfortable position. Maybe grabbing that blanket or shawl if you want to get snuggly. Getting into a posture that feels right for you right now. And then perhaps inviting yourself to close your eyes all the way, or just softening your gaze in one particular spot. Starting with maybe taking a couple of deep, delicious breaths. Dropping your awareness into your body, your experience. If the breath is not a comfortable place for you, you can gently rock your body, bringing your awareness into the body, rocking forwards and backwards or side to side. Or you can even anchor into this moment with your feet touching the ground and noticing the soles of your feet as it is anchored deep into the earth. If you would like, savoring this motion of anchoring into the body, into the earth. If it feels right, perhaps putting a hand or even a fist over your heart as a gesture of bringing fierce or tender self-compassion.
Yeah. Mugaida.
Letting this gesture on the heart be a gentle awareness to bring kindness to ourselves. Kindness to this one here. And with that hand on the body, really welcoming each part of ourselves. Welcoming all parts of us as we together walk ourselves home, home to this being. Walking each other home, all of us here in this virtual community. And together as we bid farewell to this year and begin a new year. Perhaps even inviting ourselves to open up to words that resonate to the heart. Noticing what are some words of loving kindness, compassion that we may be longing to hear. And seeing if you can repeat those words gently to your own ear, to your own heart. Maybe words like, may I hold myself with compassion. May I know that I belong in this global community. May I know that I am enough just as I am. Or perhaps some other words resonate with you in this moment. Perhaps they're not even words, but sensations, energy resonating within you. Allowing this to gently ripple throughout your body, your being, your energy. Allowing it to flow through you, within you. And then whenever you're ready, gently opening your eyes if your eyes were closed. You can even stretch your body if that feels right. Moving, adjusting the posture to really come into this moment once again. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to all 376 of us here in this silent retreat. I know there's a lot of you that joined since my soft landing meditation started. So I really want to bid you a delicious welcome. So I'm really excited today, really honored that this retreat will be having 3 amazing leaders lead us in a session every hour. But they're not just leaders. I'm really excited to call each one of them my friends. These friends have really dedicated themselves in the work of mindfulness and self-compassion. You know, as soon as I reached out to them to see if they would be willing to join us today and lead a session. They didn't skip a heartbeat. They didn't wait a second. Immediately they said, yes, we'd love to do it. So it is just with so much excitement that I'd like to first introduce all of our guest speakers today. So my first friend really needs no introductions at all. He is the co-founder and developer of the Mindful Self-Compassion program. So Dr. Chris Germer will be leading us with our first session. Chris, along with Kristen Neff, as you know, co-created this program. They've also written books like the Mindful Self-Compassion Workbook and Teaching the Mindful Self-Compassion Program. This program has been taught all over the world to more than 250 people. So it's really exciting. Chris has also authored The Mindful Path to Self-Compassion, and which he co-edited. Gosh, I mean, I could just go on and on. You know, Chris has done just wonderful things, but you know, in the end, he's just a really amazing, kind, compassionate person. And I know many of you also know him. Chris has really worked hard in the last few years to create this beautiful new course that he's doing pilot study on. It's Self-Compassion for Shame. We just finished a pilot course, and he's going to be doing another pilot in April. This is a beautiful course. So if anyone gets a chance to take advantage of it, it starts April 6th through June 1st of next year. And then our second guest, Maheen Mohammad. Maheen is a dear sister of the soul for me. We both started our training together with Jack Cornfield and Tara Brock. Maheen lives in Karachi, Pakistan, and she's one of the pioneers of secular mindfulness there. She offers retreats deep into the mountains. Oh, it's lovely. She also leads courses and circles focusing on mindfulness, self-compassion, and connection. She's one of the co-founders of the Karachi Sangha and the annual Karachi Wellness Festival. Maheen remains committed to her own personal mindfulness and self-compassion practices and considers herself a lifelong learner. Maheen is also a trained mindful self-compassion teacher. So it's really lovely to have her here. And then our third session will be led by my dear friend, Jorge Armesto. Jorge is a clinical psychologist and yoga therapist. He is passionate about the intersection of psychology and mindfulness, as well as spirituality and body-focused practices. Jorge's work seeks to understand how multiple sources of oppression and resiliency intersect and inform the lived experiences of individuals, groups, and communities. He's also a certified mindful self-compassion teacher, and Jorge currently leads the Self-Compassion and Psychotherapy Certificate Program, also known as SKIP. So he's been putting a lot of hard work there. Wonderful program. Jorge also practices in the Thich Nhat Hanh tradition of meditation. So yeah, without further ado, I will pass on the mic to our first beloved leader, Chris.
Thanks so much, Laila. Beautiful soft landing. Thank you for the introduction, but mostly thanks everybody for joining this retreat. It is an enormous privilege to gather together with people from all over the world who are interested in bringing more compassion into this world. So what a way to start the new year. And it's also just delightful to be hosting this morning along with Maheen and Jorge. Laila didn't mention actually that the self-compassion for shame course is actually co-developed with a whole team. She's on that team as well. And one of the participants in the course, in our pilot run of the course, asked a mentor, how do I know that I'm succeeding in self-compassion for shame? And so we thought about this a bit, and then we decided that the way we know that we're succeeding is how welcome we feel in the world. And even more to the point, how welcome all the different parts of us feel, especially those parts, as the poet Miller Williams might have said, those parts that no ears have heard or no eyes have seen. So welcome. So my contribution to this little New Year's retreat is to offer a radical welcome to welcome in the new year, and also to welcome all of us into the new year. So anyhow, this is important for many reasons, if I put on my little science nerd hat for a moment. And one reason why it's important to welcome ourselves in a compassionate way is because of New Year's resolutions. And research shows that 2 out of every 5 Americans, in other words, 38%, actually make New Year's resolutions. And most of them, by the way, are for health improvements, such as exercising more or eating in a healthier way. However, 25% of us abandon our New Year's resolutions in the first week, and up to 80% abandon their resolutions in the first month. Only 9% of people actually stick with their New Year's resolutions throughout the year. So this means that actually failure is part of the human condition. And so, but what happens when we fail? So inevitably, when we fail, we engage in what is known as the unholy trinity of self-criticism, self-isolation, and also self-absorption. And these 3 qualities are actually the opposite of Kristen's 3 components of self-compassion, namely self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. But what's interesting is that these opposite qualities are also really key aspects of shame. And so what this means is that if we would like to make a New Year's resolution, that we should probably back up a little bit and commit ourselves first and foremost to self-compassion. In other words, what happens when we fail, right? Because shame is an emotion which actually interferes with our motivation. So if we fail, as we inevitably do when we try to change a behavior, and then we have shame about it, we are even less likely to achieve our goals. So if we put the whole thing on the foundation of self-compassion, we're probably going to be more successful. So ultimately, the question is, when we fail, do we respond with shame, or do we respond with self-compassion? And that difference probably makes all the difference. Furthermore, when we fail, for example, if we fail to exercise as much as we wanted to, who actually failed, right? So in every moment of our experience, we're actually a bundle of conflicting desires and interests. So one part or aspect of ourselves, for example, enjoys feeling strong and competent through exercise. And another part of us may not want to be told what to do. And another part of us probably just wants to rest. Another part of us wants to exercise in order to look more beautiful and be more lovable. right? So which part of us prevails and which part of us fails? So when we don't actually succeed, is it you who failed, or is it a part of you that didn't succeed? So anyhow, a self-compassionate approach is to not globally condemn ourselves when we fail. Global condemnation is a key element of shame. So rather than globally condemning ourselves when things don't work out for us, we can, rather than condemning ourselves, we can actually welcome the many different parts of us and all their needs and expectations into the conversation. So a lot of the people I know, when I ask them, do you have a New Year's resolution? They say, I would like to meditate more. However, if the statistics are accurate, most of those people, and I suspect many people on this call, will actually abandon their effort to meditate more even in the first month. So therefore, since this is a meditation retreat, I'd like to offer a compassionate, radical welcome to all parts of ourselves that may arise in meditation, and then do a meditation, okay? And when we think of parts, we can think of parts as kind of little people within us, or we could think of parts as aspects of ourselves, or bundles of needs and desires, or simply as your experience, okay? Whatever feels natural to you. So toward that end, I'd like to offer this radical welcome. So if it feels comfortable to you, please close your eyes. And then I will read the following invitation. Laila, are we able to silence to mute all the speakers? Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, so to the many parts of us that brought us to this retreat, and those that would rather do something else, welcome here. To the parts of us that enjoy connecting with others on Zoom, and those who would rather not be in the public eye, welcome. To our parts that find meditation easy and delightful, and those that find it rather difficult, you are welcome here now. To the parts that are continually seeking progress in meditation, and those that want to finally rest, welcome. To those parts that are inspired right now, and those that are distracted or bored, welcome. To our parts that are open to suffering, and those that contract at the first hint of suffering, welcome into this space. To our parts that are struggling, and those that are at ease right now, welcome. To the parts that need to be vigilant, and those that trust whatever comes their way, both are welcome. To our parts that long to know and our parts that long to forget. Welcome to you all. To the parts of ourselves that are compassionate, and those parts that are afraid to be compassionate. Welcome. To the parts of us that are ready to forgive, and those that are not yet ready. Welcome to you all. To those parts that bear the burden of regret, and those that worry about the future. To all these parts, a warm welcome. To those parts that need to defend their worth continuously. And those parts whose value is clear and unquestioned. Welcome. To those parts that are well loved. And to those parts that feel so unloved. You are all welcome. To our sad parts, our lonely parts, our left out parts, you are welcome here. To our joyful parts, loving and compassionate parts, you too are welcome. To our many, many vulnerable parts, and also those parts that are endowed with strength and courage, welcome to you. To the parts that we love and that are easy to love, and also to the parts that we don't yet know how to love. Welcome. To the parts that make us feel grateful and even proud. Welcome to you. And also to our parts that feel ashamed. Those parts, please feel as welcome as you feel comfortable being welcomed. No need for more. And to the parts that we have seen and heard, and to those parts still waiting to be seen and heard, welcome to you. Finally, to all these parts of ourselves that we have named, and to the many, many more that have not yet been named, we offer a radical welcome to all of you and to all of each and every one of us. And now slowly directing your attention inside your body, if it wasn't already there. Particularly beginning to feel the sensations in your body as they arise in this one precious moment. Evidence that we are here with the gift of beginning a new year of life. And in particular, beginning to feel the gentle rhythm of your body breathing. Feeling the gentle back and forth. The rhythm of your breathing. If it feels comfortable for you, feeling the way your body gently sways, your whole body gently sways or moves with the rhythm of your breathing. If it feels right to you, even allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to be internally rocked and caressed by the movement of your breathing. Allowing the gentle rhythm to internally rock and caress your body. And if it feels right to you, allowing the rhythm of your breathing to internally rock and caress every part of your body. Especially those parts that need kindness, affection, that need your love. Allowing those parts to be held and caressed by your breathing. Just allowing the rhythm of your breath to do all the work as easily as your body breathes itself. Allowing all parts of your body to be tenderly held and rocked and caressed by your breathing. And is there a part of your personality, of your personhood that also needs some love and kindness? Is there a part of you that might be trembling? Is there a part of you that might need support? Is there a part of you that might need tenderness? Is there a part of you that needs a little loving attention? If so, in some way visualizing that part. And then allowing that part also to be gently rocked and caressed, held and loved by the rhythm of your breathing. Allowing that part of you to be cradled and caressed by your breathing. Taking as much time as you need. And allowing your breathing to do all the work. If you like, feeling the gentle swaying of your whole body. And holding that part of yourself right in the middle. Gently rocking and caressing. And then if it feels right, once again, you can allow your breathing to hold and rock your entire body, as well as every part of yourself. Those that are included in your awareness and those that are still outside of your awareness. Those that have your love and those that still need to be loved. Just for now, allowing your breath to gently rock and caress the totality of your being. Letting it be natural and easy. Allowing your breath to do all the work. Just breathing. Allowing the totality of your being to be gently rocked and caressed. Letting go of all effort. Allowing your breathing to do everything. And now beginning to shift our attention to the simple sensation of breathing. Just feeling the physical movement of your breath. Giving yourself permission to savor this gentle rhythm. And if it feels right to you, even letting go of the experience of savoring or feeling and just allowing yourself to be your breath. Allowing yourself to be your body breathing. Permission, if only for this one moment, to be breathing. Just breathing. Breathing. So now beginning to release this practice and allowing your experience to settle. Allowing your experience of this practice to have been just as it was. And allowing yourself in this moment to be just as you are, just as we all are. Radical welcome to every bit of us, just as we are. right now. As I read a poem before you open your eyes called My Balm by Jane O'Shea, I close my eyes and sigh. And here I am lying in the hammock of my heart, moving gently with the soft air of my breath. When I fall from my head past my words, I'm caught lovingly in the hammock of my heart and rocked to its rhythmic beat. It is my peace, my rest, my quiet, cradled in the hammock of my heart. It is constant. It is safe. It is safe to be held in the hammock of my heart. No place to go, nothing to do, nobody to please. It is my altar. It is my blessing, my balm, right here in the hammock of my heart. And then when it feels just right for you, no sooner please gently open your eyes. Thank you all. Miss Laila?
Thank you, Chris. That was really lovely. Thank you. So we're going to just take a 5-minute short break so you can have a chance to stretch or take care of your body. And so please return in 5 minutes at the top of the hour. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to our second session for this retreat. And as we begin our second session, I just wanted to share a little phrase by the beloved poet Rumi. Rumi says, "When I am silent, I fall into that place where everything is music." So wishing you all music in this next session. So I'm really honored to welcome Maheen Mohammad, who will be leading this next session. Maheen?
Thank you so much, Laila. And thank you, Chris, for that beautiful, radical welcome. I just want to invite everybody to take a couple of moments to once again land softly back into this moment, into your bodies. So just finding a comfortable posture. Allowing your eyes to be either open or closed, whatever feels most comfortable. And just checking in with all the parts of the body that are in contact with the surface or the seat that you're on. The feet wherever they're resting, the backs of the thighs and legs, the bottom. And then perhaps bringing attention to the hands. And if you like, placing a hand at the heart or elsewhere on the body, just as a gesture of friendliness and care. And in a moment, you'll hear the sound of the bell, and I'll invite you to listen to the bell all the way from the beginning until you can't hear it anymore at all. And as we just listened to the ending of that bell, it is a good reminder that everything changes and ends. Here we are at the end of 2022. It's nearly 2023. It's difficult to believe in some ways. It all seems to go by so quickly. And being at the precipice of this new year can be a really great reminder of this truth of life, that everything, absolutely everything, changes and ends. Everything is impermanent. In her poem, The Dakini Speaks, Jennifer Wellwood says, "My friends, let's grow up. Let's stop pretending we don't know the deal here. Or if we truly haven't noticed, let's wake up and notice. Look, everything that can be lost will be lost. It's simple. How could we have missed it for so long? Let's grieve our losses fully, like ripe human beings. But please, let's not be so shocked by them. Let's not act so betrayed as though life had broken her secret promise to us. Impermanence is life's only promise to us, and she keeps it with ruthless impeccability. To a child, she seems cruel, but she is only wild, and her compassion is exquisitely precise, brilliantly penetrating, luminous with truth. She strips away the unreal to show us the real. This is the true ride. Let's give ourselves to it. Let's stop making deals for a safe passage. There isn't one anyway, and the cost is too high. We're not children anymore. The true human adult gives everything for what cannot be lost. Let's dance the wild dance of no hope. This is one of the basic truths about the human experience. Everything is impermanent. Everything changes and ends. Our bodies are aging and are changing in every moment at a cellular level, regenerating. Our hair is growing, falling, changing. Our children grow up. Our physical body, our health deteriorates, changes, shifts. We get ill, we become better. Relationships, all relationships change and end. There's various stages in relationships. There's purposeful separation, and there's death. Our memories wane. It really can't be ignored. It really can't be not seen if we truly open our eyes. We look out at nature, new plants blooming, old dead leaves falling. The planet shifts and changes, earthquakes rearrange continents and oceans. Even the ground that we are on is constantly shifting and changing. The earth is spinning on its axis. It's always moving. And then, of course, there's our moment-to-moment experience that's always shifting and changing. The sensations in the body, our states of mind, our moods, emotion. In fact, if you take a moment just to reflect for a moment, whether you've had any shifts and changes in moods, even today. I know for many of you, it's morning. And here in Karachi, it's nighttime. I know I've been through many moods and states as the day has gone by. So Jennifer in the poem says, but please, let's not be so shocked by them. Let's not act so betrayed, as though life has broken her secret promise to us. And isn't that what we do? We forget, or we don't see it. We might know it intellectually, but we forget this very basic truth about life. Everything changes and ends. And yet we tend to hold on to the idea that things last. We have this deluded view that we can control things. And we can't control things. We can maybe control our response to things and our reactions to things. But we can't control things. And when we try to control things, we create additional pain for ourselves. We have this inner battle that we're fighting ourselves, wanting things to be different, wanting things to stay the same, wanting to hold on to our youth, wanting to hold on to relationships. Pema Chodron, in The Places That Scare You, says, we know that all is impermanent. We know that everything wears out. Although we can buy this truth intellectually, emotionally, we have a deep-rooted aversion to it. We want permanence. We expect permanence. Our natural tendency is to seek security. We believe we can find it. We experience impermanence at the everyday level as frustration. We use our daily activity as a shield against the fundamental ambiguity of our situation, expending tremendous energy trying to ward off impermanence and death. We don't like it that our bodies change shape. We don't like it that we age. We're afraid of wrinkles and sagging skin. We use health products as if we actually believe that our skin, our hair, our eyes and teeth might somehow miraculously escape the truth of impermanence. And isn't that true? We lose jobs. Our children grow up and they don't want to cuddle with us or sit in our laps anymore. Our bodies don't work the same way. Our hair grays. Our friends move or relationships change. We lose loved ones. Things are feeling really good and then they're not. And our reaction often is, oh, why? Why is it like this? I experienced this just in the past couple of days. I've been a little fluish and I was feeling well and suddenly I was not. And I had this reaction of why is this happening right now? I want to go back to feeling healthful and good. And the truth is we resist because we don't want to hurt. We don't want to be uncomfortable. We don't want to feel pain. We want to go back to when it felt good. We resist because we're afraid of grief. We don't want to feel sad. It hurts to let ourselves know how and what we lost. And then there's a fear of uncertainty of what's to come because it's so hard not to know. And we're so terrified often that we won't be able to hold what comes. And so we try to control it. Almost as if we believe that if we try hard enough, we can prevent ourselves from feeling any pain or suffering. And it's so understandable, isn't it? We don't want to feel pain and suffering. It's so understandable. And yet, when we fight this truth of life, when we fight the fact that everything is impermanent, we create further pain and further suffering. We get terrified and scared when things are difficult because we forget that they too, like everything else, will change. When we're stuck in something difficult, there's often a belief that it's going to feel like this forever. But the truth is we have the capacity to hold it. We have this incredible ability to deal with losses and endings. We have the capacity to mourn. We have the capacity to feel sad, angry, and afraid when loss occurs. All we have to do is surrender to the reality of it. Being alive is an invitation to not fight this truth. Jennifer Wellwood says, let's grieve our losses fully, like ripe human beings. So we can truly open to the pain that might arise of impermanence. And there's a freedom in that. There's a freedom in opening to the pain. And there's a freedom in knowing that everything changes and ends, even the parts that are difficult. By giving over to it, by accepting it, by remembering it, that can lead to less suffering and a sense of really cherishing and valuing this changing life, knowing that each moment is precious because we don't know what's going to happen. So meeting our experiences with loving awareness. Can I be with this? Oh, this is hard. Can I be with this? Without pushing it away. Or can I be with this? It feels so beautiful. Can I be with it without clinging onto it and trying to hold on to it in some way? When we do that, it lets us know that it's okay to feel loss and it's safe to feel loss. And the beautiful thing about it is that this wisdom, this knowing is right here. It's accessible to us in every moment. It's not somewhere out there. The opportunity to practice knowing this truth is right here. It's so close because in every moment, our experience is changing and shifting. We can touch into this truth of everything shifting and changing. We can learn to be with these beginnings and endings that are always happening in every moment of our experience. So while the new year is a wonderful opportunity to reflect on this, it can really be done at any time. So I'd like to guide a meditation now where the invitation is to bring this lens of impermanence to your experience, to body sensations, to sounds, to breathing. So beginning by settling into a comfortable position. Where you can have a sense of being relaxed and yet alert. And you're welcome to have your eyes either fully or partially closed. whatever feels most supportive and comfortable for you. And if you like, placing a hand at the heart or elsewhere on the body, once again as a gesture of friendliness and care, a way of connecting with yourself in this moment. Perhaps feeling the warmth and gentle pressure. You're welcome to allow your hand to rest wherever you've placed it or to place it back down at any point. Just bringing attention to the body as it's seated or lying down. Just sensing the shape and outline of the body in this moment. Perhaps feeling the contact points of the feet wherever they're touching. The backs of the legs, the thighs. Even noticing parts of the body in contact with each other. And taking a couple of slow, easeful breaths. And as you do, noticing the shifting sensations in the body as you breathe. Really paying attention through that lens of impermanence. Noticing shifting, changing sensations in the body. It might mean focusing in just a little bit closer. Perhaps consciously softening the hands and feeling the aliveness there. Sensing the hands from the inside out. Being aware of tingling, vibrating. Perhaps feeling the legs from the inside out. letting yourself feel the feet from the inside, sensing the vibration and aliveness there. And then expanding the attention to include the whole field of sensation, the entire body. Sensing the whole bodily aliveness. Opening to various body sensations. Vibration, tingling, heat, cool, pulsing, movement. Shifting, changing sensations. Some very quick, appear to quickly rise and pass. And others feel like they're or ongoing. But if we look carefully, they're probably shifting, fluttering a bit. Seeing how nothing is holding still. It's all changing. You might even notice your attention shifting and changing. Perhaps it's fluttering from place to place, from experience to experience. Or you might find the attention drifting off into thoughts of the future or the past, analyzing. And when you notice that the mind has wandered off, that's so natural for the mind to do. Just knowing that it's an opportunity to arrive once again right here into the midst of shifting, changing experience. And if it's helpful to stabilize your presence, just letting the inflow and outflow of the breath be in the foreground so that you're aware that you're here. You might notice how within the span of even one breath, how many different sensations and experiences are happening. And how in the next breath, there's a whole other set of experiences and sensations happening. Breath after breath. Perhaps noticing the very beginning of your next inhale. And staying present with it all the way through to the end. Perhaps catching that last moment of the inhale. And then doing the same with the exhale. Noticing the impact of the breath on the body. The sensations of breathing, shifting, changing, impermanent. Noticing how There's an inhale, an exhale, and then that breath is gone until the new one begins. Perhaps even noticing shifting and changing in the world of sound. Noticing as sounds arise and pass. The sound of my voice, sounds in your environment. Sound after sound, rising and falling away. Even sounds that appear to be more static or constant. If you listen carefully, you'll likely find some shifting and changing. Bringing awareness to the shifting, changing experience of each moment. Body sensations, breathing, sounds, Shifting attention. Where is your attention now? Has it shifted and moved? Just noticing gently and with a great deal of kindness. And if your mind has wandered off, just knowing that this is an opportunity to once again return right here. And now gently bringing yourself slowly out of the practice. Perhaps moving fingers and toes a little bit. Returning attention to this space. If your eyes are closed, whenever it feels right, feel free to open them. Allowing yourself to be just as you are in this moment. And your experience to be just as it is. And I'll close with this poem by Janice Faulds called With Intention. And what will you do with this unspent year? These 365 never before days, unspooling from the wheel as it turns, neither stopping nor hurrying, despite your self-driven pace? Will you greet each one with a heart wide open, seeing all the beauty of this world, as well as its infinite sadness, the madness and grief woven into the achingly exquisite texture of a day? Will you pause in your haste for each busy day to be done, for the next special event to arrive, so that you might taste any moment now, be it bitter, fresh, rich, or bland, and let it roll across your tongue so that you truly know it? Each new day will never again be here. Greet it without clinging or aversion, or worse, without noticing, as intimate and near to you as your breath. Unwrap each day as the gift it is. Be surprised with delight or with disappointment, but do not look away too long, for this one will not come to you again. Thank you so much, everybody. I am very grateful for the opportunity to be here with you all.
Thank you so much, Maheen. Thank you for the beautiful talk, the meditation, the poem. So, friends, we will take a little break right now. We will take a 15-minute break and return at the top of the hour, where Jorge Armesto will be leading us in our last session. Welcome back, everyone. We will be joined shortly with Jorge Armesto, our last session leader for today's retreat. And as I hand over the mic to Jorge, I'd like to share a little poem with you by Thich Nhat Hanh. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look at all beings with eyes of compassion. Jorge?
Laila, thank you. Welcome all. So nice to be here with you. And Laila, I couldn't think of a better way to open this session with a poem from my teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh. I'm going to invite as many as you as it feels comfortable to have your videos on and to take a moment to just take on all the beautiful faces that are in the community. Because really the power of practice is in community. And take even a moment to click on the arrow. I know that there are only so many boxes that our computer allows at one time, and just see the beautiful faces all around the world. I know my heart feels a lot of joy seeing some familiar and new faces. So just taking all that in. And it's so nice to be with all of you in this community of compassion and self-compassion. For me, self-compassion is not only a practice, but it's really a radical movement, full stop. It's countercultural, and it's just really amazing. And I'd like to welcome you from Wampanoag tribal land, currently known as Swansea, Massachusetts, in the northeast of the United States. And I would like to take a moment to offer a bell and a few moments of silence in honor of all our land and blood ancestors and descendants. And just taking a moment to offer gratitude for the many hands across time and space that has made possible for all of us to be here in this very moment. So just coming into your body, eyes closed, soft gaze, whatever feels right for you. Offering supportive touch, feeling your breath, and letting the sound of the bell come to you as you bring to mind all your ancestors and relatives that have helped you be here in this very moment. Thank you. So I consider practicing in community one of the greatest joys I have in my life. And my deep gratitude to Laila, Friis, Maheen, and all the many hands that help organize this retreat today. Many of those hands are invisible to us right now, but you know who you are, and we're deeply grateful. And you know, I thought that I was going to lead you into a little yoga movement because after all, I'm a yoga therapist. And then the Spirit tells me to do something a little bit different. If it's available to you, I'm going to invite all of you to stand up. If you need to remain seated, then you can do this seating. And I'm just going to invite us to move our bodies to the rhythm of a song. And then we'll come back. And if the Spirit moves in the sense of celebration, just see if you can leave your cameras on as you move your bodies. and connect with joy, whatever's available to you in this moment. So let me see if we can, you let me know if you thumbs up, if you can listen to the song.
Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness.
Let's do it. Let's move our bodies for a little
I
bit.
believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. We don't know what's coming, but we can help shape what's ahead. Kindness as our currency, the commonwealth is in our hands. So give a little, all, give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round. There's more than enough. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love, power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness, kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Look up now, people, but keep your ear to the ground. We are the river flowing, generosity abound. So give a little, all, give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round. There's more than enough. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love, power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness, kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Honeybees serve sweetness, only to help the world bloom. Bringing love to the flower, from the flower to the fruit. We can learn a thing or two. So give a little, all, give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round. There's more than enough. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love, power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness, kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. We don't know what's coming, we can help shape what's ahead. Kindness as our currency, the commonwealth is in our hands. So give a little, all, give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round. There's more than enough.
Welcome back. I see some smiles. I hope that got your body a little bit warmed up. Celebrating in community. Thank you for being such great sports. So I'll talk a little bit about joy. That's the focus of our practice today. And I call this practice, and you'll see why, it's all about the stick. That's the title of my talk. It's all about the stick. And during this time of the year, we often set goals and resolutions. And as Chris mentioned earlier, this is not very fruitful. Even though there is something very powerful about that threshold of the calendar. However, a long time ago, I let go of the notion of fulfilling any New Year resolutions or goals. I had just simply failed too many times. I was glad to know, Chris reminded us, that I'm in good company, that many of us just can't sustain it. And for me, many of these goals were focused on trying to fix myself. And self-compassion helped me shift from setting goals to setting intentions. It's a small shift, but one that has made all the difference for me. Because intentions focus on how you want to feel, they connect us to our values, and they carry a deeper meaning. So today I would like to invite all of you to consider cultivating joy as an intention for the new year. And my wish for all of you is that we begin right now, right here. I hope that that song helped with that. So, how do we orient towards joy? How do we savor the moment? How we linger with it, with the awareness that it is impermanent, just like Maheen invited us to consider? And knowing that it is in the lingering of joy that we begin to form new pathways in our brain that really help counteract our natural tendency to scan for what is wrong. That's what normal brains do. So as I was reflecting on this practice, I was thinking about the many teachers every day that remind me of joy. A smile from a stranger, a friend sending me a recipe they know I would like, the embrace of my partner when he comes home, a brief text, very brief text from my adult children. The common thread among all of these experiences is connection. Joy is synonymous with connection. The list is super extensive for me and for all of us. There is joy all around us, even in the hardest moments. And the key is to remember to notice, savor, and linger, and then let go. And it's really important that you remember one thing. Cultivating joy is not a strategy to bypass difficulty. Joy is the vessel that helps hold and compost our suffering. I'm going to repeat that. Cultivating joy is not a strategy to bypass difficulty. Joy is the vessel that helps hold and compost our suffering. In order to work with our suffering, we need to learn how to contact joy. So let me tell you a little bit about a new teacher I have. So 3 weeks ago today, this little new teacher, this 6-pound creature named Luna, entered my life. She is my adorable Havanese puppy. And not that I'm biased, but she's objectively and unequivocally the cutest puppy in the world. And one of the greatest lessons that Luna has given me every day since she came home is to remember that life is all about the stick. Who needs a carrot? Every time we go out for a walk, and there are many of them throughout the day, just think small puppy, small bladder, she bounces with exuberance of experiencing life for the first time. Everything around her is exciting. Most of all, sticks. Luna loves sticks. She grabs them and walks with them with a sense of pride. Sometimes the stick is bigger than her, literally, which is hilarious to see. It does not matter the size or the shape. She manages to cherish every single stick she finds. Crooked sticks, heavy sticks, light ones, and those particularly delicious ones covered in moss. And she holds on to her stick for a while, chewing it, smelling it, playing with it, and then she lets it go until she finds the next stick. The new stick is just as exciting as the old one. And there's no wishing for the one she had or thinking about the next one she could have. It is simply enjoying the stick she has in the very moment. So these are the things that I think about when I take Luna out for a walk and play with her. Can you imagine being able to move through our day with that same sense of appreciation? Being able to notice, savor, linger in the experience for a few moments and then let it go. Trusting that something equally satisfying, albeit different, will come our way. to be able to fully be present to the magic of the moment, every moment, without hope for something different, without regrets, making the best of the stick that is in front of us. So the question I invite you to consider: how do we water seeds of joy in the midst of the normal challenges that life brings? I'm speaking here of the kind of joy we experience when we connect with life, when we can see the sacred in the ordinary. The joy I felt this morning when I woke up and realized I had another day to be in the river of life, just like the poem that Laila shared, Thich Nhat Hanh's poem. And the joy I felt when I walked outside my house in New England and it was surprisingly warm. And the joy I feel right now having the opportunity to be with all of you building community, a global community. So let's take a moment and explore how we water seeds of joy. So I'm going to invite you to engage in a visualization and reflection practice. So please have some pen and paper available to you. And the question that I was asked to repeat the question I'm inviting you to consider is: how do we water seeds of joy in the midst of normal challenges that life brings? But before we begin this reflection, let's offer our bodies any movements in need, small movements, big movements, some stretching, settling in your body. Noticing points of contact, even noticing your body as a whole, here now. Closing your eyes, soft gaze, eyes open. Remember, this is your body, your choice. And allowing for this moment to support yourself as much as possible in a way that feels right for you. Noticing any sensations, feelings, and thoughts as they rise and fall in awareness. Aware of change, aware of flow. Taking a moment to offer yourself some soothing or supportive touch, either directly or with your mind's eye. And just orienting towards caring for yourself. And now, as you rest awareness within your body, allowing your mind to drop into your body and your body into the surface that's supporting it, letting the words of this poem land in whatever the way they land. The title of the poem is called The Good News by Thich Nhat Hanh. They don't publish the good news. The good news is published by us. We have a special edition every moment, and we need you to read it. The good news is that you're alive, and the linden tree is still there, standing firm in the harsh winter. The good news is that you have wonderful eyes to touch the blue sky. The good news is that your child is there before you and your arms are available. Hugging is possible. They only print what is wrong. Look at each of our special editions. We always offer the things that are not wrong. We want you to benefit from them and help protect them. The dandelion is there by the sidewalk, smiling its wondrous smile, singing the song of eternity. Listen, you have ears that can hear it. Bow your head. Listen to it. Leave behind the world of sorrow and preoccupation and get free. The latest good news is that you can do it. And just taking a moment to notice how it feels in your body to receive this poem. No right or wrong way to receive it, just gently noting. And as you're here in this space, I'm going to invite you to take a few moments to reflect on what brings deep joy to your life. And as images of different things that bring, or beings that bring deep joy to your life, take a moment to write down, make notes to remember them. Anything that comes to your awareness. It can be very big or very, very small. Perhaps it's a favorite activity, a particular landscape, a puppy, connection with other sentient beings, moments of connection with yourself. And I'll give you, a couple of minutes to keep adding to your list. Consider this your special edition of good news. And if for some reason your heart right now cannot reflect on joy, can you offer yourself some compassion for this? And every time you write a new thing on your list, take a moment to stop and check in with your body and notice what your body's feeling. What sensations are present in your body? And I will offer another minute or so, and if you finish, just simply coming back to your heart, coming back to your body. And just finishing whatever you're writing right now. My hope is that you feel your list is not complete. You have many more things to put on it. And then taking a moment to look at your list, whether you wrote it or it's in your mind. And choose one thing on your list that catches your attention. We'll use our body's wisdom just to explore the power of cultivating joy. And look at the item you selected. Take a moment to read it, feel it in your body, and then close your eyes or hold a soft gaze. And create a vivid image in your mind of yourself engaging, experiencing this joyful activity. Where are you? Are there other living beings with you? Just take a moment to visualize them in your mind's eye. What is the landscape around you? Perhaps nature, or an easel, or musical instrument, or perhaps a pet companion. And as you continue to visualize this experience, invite your senses. What do you see? What are the colors around you? What do you smell? What is the texture of this experience? In other words, how does joy manifest in your heart, mind, body when thinking about this experience right now? Just taking a moment to scan with your mind's eye your body from head to toes and toes to head. And allowing yourself to be with the experience, to linger with this experience for a few breath cycles. And while honoring what is present in your heart at this moment, I invite you to think about a small activity that you could do today to water seeds of joy following our retreat. Perhaps it's a walk in the woods, or sipping a cup of your favorite tea, or taking 3 minutes to anchor awareness in your body. The list goes on and on. Whatever spontaneously arises in your heart, mind right now. A loving intention to yourself as you say goodbye to the old year and welcome the new, or if you're already in the new year, as you welcome this new year. And I'll invite you to take a moment to write it down and consider this a loving intention with yourself for today. And make it small. Small is good. And now releasing this exercise altogether. As we practice, we're gonna shift and move into a guided meditation. And taking once again some time to check in with your body. What does your body need most right now? See if it needs another stretch. Our bodies always need some care. So you need a small or big stretch, getting the body in as comfortable as a posture as you can. For about a 20-minute meditation. And the intention is to orient your body towards comfort while maintaining an alert posture. And today we're going to practice with gathas. Gathas are short mindfulness verses or songs. I like to think of them as stanzas to poems. In my spiritual traditions, we use gathas as a way to anchor in the present moment. Gathas help us deepen our understanding and expand our love. And so as you hear the gatha, we allow the meaning of each gatha to touch our awareness and open our hearts. And again, as you settle here, ask your heart mind, what do I need most right now? And see if you can offer yourself the care you need to practice in a spacious manner, to practice in a joyful manner, along with any other feelings that you're holding. Remembering that all the parts of you, known and unknown, are welcome here. All of them. And as I offer each gatha, I will invite a bell of mindfulness. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. In, out. Breathing in, my breath grows deep. Breathing out, my breath goes slowly. Deep, slow. Aware of my body, I breathe in, relaxing my body, I breathe out. Aware of body, relaxing body. Calming my body, I breathe in. Caring for my body, I breathe out. Calming body, caring for body. Smiling to my body, I breathe in, releasing the tensions in my body, I breathe out. Smiling to body, releasing tensions. Feeling the joy to be alive, I breathe in. Grateful for life, I breathe out. Feeling joy, feeling grateful. Breathing in, I'm aware of the power of community. Breathing out, I'm aware of the individual and collective strength in all of us. Power of community, strength. Dwelling in the present moment, I breathe in, enjoying the present moment, I breathe out, being present, enjoying. Breathing in, I'm aware that for the next little while, I have nowhere to go and nothing to do. Breathing out, I'm aware that when I stop, calm, and rest my mind and my body can heal. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Stopping, calming, resting, and healing. Just gently taking a moment to release the practice while continuing to keep your eyes closed or holding a soft gaze. Focusing on your body as a whole and being in your experience exactly as you are. And because poems and poetry are one of the ways in which I water seeds of joy in my life, I will offer this poem on how to pick and eat poems as a parting gift for all of you. And the title is On How to Pick and Eat Poems by Phyllis Cole Day. Stop whatever it is that you're doing. Come down from the attic. Grab a bucket or a basket and then head for light. That's where the best poems grow, and in the dappled dark. Go slow. Watch out for thorns and bears. When you find a good bush, bow to it. Or take off your shoes. Then pluck this poem, that poem, any poem. It should come off the stem easy, just a little tickle. No need to sniff first, judge the color, test the firmness. You'll only know it's ripe if you taste. So put a poem upon your lips. Chew its pulp. Let its juice spill over your tongue. Let your reading of it teach you what sort of creature you are and the nature of the ground you walk upon. Bring your whole life out loud to this one poem. Eating one poem can save you if you're hungry enough. And when birds and deer beat you to your favorite patch, smile at their familiar appetite and ramble on. Somewhere, another crop waits for harvest. And if your eye should ever light upon a cluster of poems hanging on a single stem, cup your hand around them and pull without greed or clinging. Some will slip off in your palm, none will go to waste. Take those you adore poem picking when you can, even to the wild and hidden places. Reach into brambles for their sake, stain your skin some shade of red and blue, mash words against your teeth for love. And always leave some poems within easy reach for the next picker, in kinship with the unknown. And if you ever carry away more than you need, go on home to your kitchen and make good jam. No need to rush. The poems will keep. Some will even taste better with age. A rich batch of preserves. Store up jars and jars of jam, plenty for friends, plenty for the long howling winter, plenty for strangers, plenty for all the bread in this broken world. And just gently bringing some movement to your body, orienting to the larger room and community, seeing the beautiful faces in front of you. Take a moment to make contact with some of these wonderful creatures. And let me offer some final wishes to you. May you all find joy throughout your days, even when sadness or grief visits your heart. May you welcome all parts of yourself fully, embracing them in love and compassion, with the understanding that each is a precious manifestation of life. May you remember that because of impermanence, everything is possible. May you remember to see the sacred in the ordinary. May the new year bring peace, health, and connection to people around the world. May the collective energy that we have gathered here today help bring moments of joy to others, peace, and reconciliation. And one more thing. I would love, if the Spirit moves you, to place in the chat the one joy you would like to cultivate today, so we can all see the list of joys that are going to be manifesting later on. So let's take a moment to do that. I'll read some of them. Connection with myself, dancing, creativity, poems. Oh wow, this is going very fast. Meditation, watching the sky with my husband, learning to play a song, art making, love it. A heartfelt toast to my sweetie at midnight, cuddling with my pup. Oh, I'll be doing that. Noticing and cherish the goodness in life, smiling at someone, bundling up on the porch, listening to the rain. Walking in nature. Play with my puppy. Walking in the rain here in LA. Brushing my teeth mindfully. I love that. I really love that. Making a cake. Enjoy friends at the club while working out. Awesome. Draw a card for a friend. Making soup. Laughing out loud, smiling. I'm going to plant paper whites in a bowl of stones. A loving breath when I'm worried. Hugging family. Listen to a song I love. Every time we do these things and we bring joy, it's not only to ourselves. Remember, you're bringing it to the whole world. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for being here. It's been such an honor. Much peace to you all, and Happy New Year. Back to you, Laila.
Thank you so much, Jorge. Thank you. That was so beautiful. Just breathing it in right now. Yeah, thank you so much. So I really want to, as we're closing, offer a heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for creating this beautiful space, holding each other with compassion. As I close, I just want to share a couple of things that, came up in today's retreat. Our first leader, Chris Germer, really opened up the retreat with a radical welcome, which then shifted into affectionate breathing. And right after Chris's session, one of the participants, Roseanne, said, "These words of rocking, cradling, tendering, caressing carry so much love and compassion in their very sound. What we needed as infants when we were first born are here and will still continue to grow." And then our second session leader was Maheen, Mohammad. And Maheen opened up the session and invited us to look through the lens of impermanence, allow change. And as she concluded, one of our participants, Claire, said, "We are all humans and all our reactions to situations are common, shared human experience. May we be kind to ourselves in these moments." And then our very last leader, Jorge Armesto. Jorge got us moving with the song on the power of kindness, allowed us to shake our bodies with joy, and then went on to talk about planting seeds of joy. Shared a poem on plucking poems. And so with that, we heard from Devika, another participant, who said, "Wow, it's only due to self-compassion practice that I did that with my video on. She was referring to dancing and moving. So I really appreciate not only all of our leaders today, but all of you participants. I really want you to know that you are seen, you belong in this community. We are all walking each other home. Yeah, in fact, if you can, get on gallery view. If you can put your Zoom on gallery view and perhaps even just take a moment to look at all the faces, the names on your Zoom tile. And just know that each and every one of these faces and names held you, carried you. We sat together in this retreat, in this shared experience of community, as we opened ourselves up to this new year. And I'd like to pluck a poem as well and share one last poem with you. This poem is by Donna Ashworth. Why do we start a new year with promises to improve? Who began this tradition of never-ending pressure? I say the end of a year should be filled with congratulations for all we survived. And I say a new year should start with promises to be kinder to ourselves, to understand better just how much we bear as human beings on this exhausting treadmill of life. And if we are to promise more, let's pledge to rest before our bodies force us. Let's pledge to stop and drink in life as it happens. Let's pledge to strip away a layer of perfection to reveal the flawed and wondrous humanity we truly are inside. Why start another year gifted to us on this earth with demands on our already overstrained humanity, when we could be learning to accept that we are always supposed to be imperfect? And that is where the beauty lives. And if we can only find that beauty, we would also find peace. I wish you peace in 2023. Everything else is all just a part of it. Let it be so. So with that, I wish you all a beautiful rest of your day, your year, and may we all be well.